Good afternoon, Belize. It's midday, and you're tuning into the news at noon, where we bring you the latest updates from around the country. I'm Isana Cayetano, and here's what's making headlines today. BTL merger debate intensifies. Can the company stand alone? New rural development plan targets long-standing poverty in Belize. Cultural stitchwork becomes sustainable business for elderly women. And the Caribbean is urged to diversify as Africa emerges as a competitive export source. These stories are coming up in just 1 minute.
In the face of tragedy, you depend on accurate and timely information. In times of triumph, you seek to be inspired. You demand transparency and accountability. Your desire is to know and to understand, to be heard and seen. I take pride in telling stories that safeguard communities. Your dedication and success live on through these reports. Getting to the truth is my duty. My unwavering commitment is to tell the stories that matter the most to you. I am News 5.
Welcome back. As the debate heats up over Belize Telemedia Limited's proposed consolidation with its main rival, SpeedNet, a serious question is bubbling to the surface. Does BTL really need this merger to deliver for consumers, or can it stand on its own? At the heart of the conversation are Belizeans' concerns about competition, pricing, and what all of this means for the country's digital future. So we put that question directly to BTL Chairman Malcolm Zaraga. Can the company realistically achieve its long-term goals without joining forces with SpeedNet? Here's what he had to say.
Technology have a very short lifespan, and they're very expensive, and we have a small population, so it don't make sense to make with the waste, because it robs us of the ability to continue to spread our services throughout the country, right? To expand our services, to lower prices, which, by the way, we've made a commitment to not raise prices for the next 2 years, and to look at certainly how the consumers can benefit, either through more offerings or lower prices. So for us to continue with the responsibility that we have in this digital age, if we want to transform our country digitally, because of the efficiencies that this digital transformation will bring, we have to be able to invest, and invest in a very expensive industry.
This morning, the Ministry of Rural Development rolled out a major national initiative, the launch of Belize's National Rural Development Strategy. It's being framed as a direct response to the persistent poverty facing rural communities across the country. In introducing the strategy, CEO Valentino Schall spoke frankly. He pointed out that, since independence, rural Belize has remained the most poverty-stricken part of the nation, even as the agriculture industry, the backbone of many of these communities, continues to face serious challenges. The new strategy, he says, is aimed at changing that.
Every poverty study since independence, every poverty report that has been produced on Belize has shown that poverty in rural Belize is always about twice of that in urban areas. Unemployment also is higher in rural areas as compared to urban areas. Access to services is less in rural areas as compared to urban areas. Yet at the same time, the pillars of our economy, agriculture and tourism, are located in rural areas. How is this possible? On top of that, half of our population, or slightly more than half, live also in rural areas. This paradox underscores a structural inequality that exists, and this is a situation that we can no longer tolerate.
There's a heartwarming celebration taking place, one that stitches together culture, creativity, and opportunity. The National Institute of Culture and History, along with the Institute of Creative Arts, is honoring the Santa Ana Cultural Sewing and Embroidery Group of San Joaquin Village, a talented team made up of mostly older women who are transforming tradition into thriving entrepreneurship. These women have taken the art of handmade embroidery and, with the help of sewing and embroidery machines, are turning it into sustainable, income-generating work. Today's ceremony recognizes those who completed a specialized training program designed to sharpen their skills, boost efficiency, and prepare their beautiful pieces for wider markets. And at the exhibit opening, visitors will get to see those intricate creations up close, each one a blend of artistic expression and technical expertise. Curator Gilvano Swayze shares his inspiration and vision for the exhibit.
I shared some of that excitement traveling to San Joaquin for the first time. Well, I mean, on this journey to meet Mrs. Magana when we started Handmade last year. And also many journeys that I took to many other artists, to Tea Kettle. I can't remember, a couple all the way down in PG, we got stuck in the mud. But it was the journey, it was the adventure. And going there and being there makes you appreciate the art, the culture more, because you know what all the artist has to go through or the people have to go through. And especially for women artists, they have a lot more challenges. And actually, exactly, I was teasing the ladies, as like, men or no husband must say, bets every day, because if you day out, and I'm sure when you get home to you want to sew again, so you probably need to start eat Chinese food or cook or something, right? So it was interesting. But what I love is about art that women make is that their art was not the art for decoration or for show and tell, but it was the art of survival.
A new study from the CARICOM Private Sector Organization reveals that Africa can competitively supply a wide range of products to the Caribbean, a shift that could strengthen supply chains and reduce the region's exposure to global market shocks. The findings were highlighted at the opening of the Afro-Caribbean Private Sector Webinar Series, where Antigua and Barbuda's Foreign Affairs and Trade Minister E.P. Chet Green urged deeper business-driven ties between both regions. He warned that rising protectionism and unstable global trade conditions are putting added pressure on Caribbean economies, heavily reliant on small and medium-sized firms. According to CPSO, there's up to US $1.6 billion in competitive export potential from Africa to CARICOM, with at least 13 African countries able to meet major import needs at far better prices than current suppliers. Private sector leaders echoed the call for action, stressing that Caribbean businesses must move quickly to diversify partners, build production relationships, and tap into Africa's expanding markets. The webinar series will continue in the coming weeks, focusing on agribusiness, creative industries, cosmetics, and health technologies. That's a wrap for the news at noon. But don't worry, there's plenty more coming your way at 6 p.m. We'll dive deeper into these stories and more. In the meantime, visit greaterbelize.com and follow us on Facebook for real-time updates. And don't miss Open Your Eyes tomorrow morning for fresh takes on today's headlines. Thanks for tuning in, Belize. Stay informed, stay inspired, and have a fantastic afternoon.